Alright, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to American Truck Simulator. Today we are down in Mexico, and specifically we are in Cerritos. So I'm here at the Newmont, and I actually went ahead and picked up some asphalt, or some gravel rather, and we have to do a second pickup, and it's right around the corner. I'll kind of walk you through what we're doing as we get on the road, but I do want to go pick up that second load. So let's go ahead and get going. So you might be familiar with this truck. It looks a lot like the default SCS Kenworth W900, and you would be absolutely correct. But as you saw in the beginning, there is a dump truck on this. What is that about? Well, we also have a trailer. Let me get going and we'll kind of walk you through what's going on. What do we have? We've got a Cummins KT600 in here from Steele Productions. It definitely eats a lot of fuel, so we don't want to be doing that too much. We want to be able to make it through the drive. And we also have a 15-speed from Fury 6. So we'll go ahead and get going here. The dump truck on the W900 is an add-on from Sergei Selonik, and it's actually included free if you purchase this trailer. This is the Felling flatbed trailer. It's kind of cool. It's got a something cool that I'll show you when we go to pick up the cargo on it. The dump truck itself comes in lots of different. You can put it, make it, 3 different shapes, and each of those shapes can come in just this aluminum or chrome. And or it can come in a paint scheme. The paint scheme on this, the HMS, is actually a skin that's free on the Steam Workshop for the W900, and that is from Recon Lobster. But I didn't decide to continue the paint because this dump truck, having already been developed after the paint scheme, after the skin, rather, the lines don't really match up and nothing really translates. So it's best if you're going to do it in a paint version, make sure you probably have a solid color. Stripes won't line up or anything, just a little heads up on that. And it's got 3 different loads on it, and each of the different loads can be covered or open. I like that this is covered. It's realistic, but you can still see that it's got cargo in it, which is pretty cool. Go ahead and get the wipers on. Get a notch going. And like I said, this is just right around the corner from the Newmont, so it just kind of makes sense since we're RPing 2 loads. Looks like that sign is floating. That's not a good thing. Well, it seems to be doing okay right now. If that comes down, though, that's definitely the problem. Alright, we are just making our way in to pick this up. So this is a this trailer from Selonik, the Felling. Ever since its official release, it comes in 4 different variants. You've got a 24, a 26, a 28, and a 32-footer. The 32-footer, obviously, the bigger you go, you're going to be able to take on more weights. And the biggest load that this thing has is actually a 66,000-pound excavator. So it's no slouch, even though it looks like it's just meant to haul some forklifts or something. Don't let that fool you. This thing can actually carry quite a bit of weight. And I doubt that we're actually going to be able to get a 66,000-pound load. It's a little hit or miss. I haven't been able to do it with Truckee. I'll just keep it right here. But I have been getting various loads, so at least it changes all the time. That's not gonna happen. Oh, are we stuck? I think is she gonna pull out? No, she is not gonna. That's not gonna work. I'm sitting here talking and messing around with. Oh, I can't even get it to stop. Come on, come on. Yeah, get those deep reduction gears. That was a bad place to get locked up. And here's the thing that sucks. I'm just going to have to hold it here. If I go to switch to second, this thing's going to drop below 1,000 RPMs, and I'm going to roll even farther than I did before. So a little slow roll. I'll catch up with you a little bit farther. There we go. Anyway, now we can enjoy the drive, huh? Again, third video in a row, I forgot to put the pivot camera in this profile. Oh well. That's probably not the best view for a curve, huh? Whoa, and we hit it, and we hit it. Nice. Well, told you guys I'm bad driving. Yeah, I'm just going to go up the hill. Don't care. We got some fun out of it. Here, it's a nice scenic view. Trust me, blah, blah, blah. Before I stall the engine out again and we hit some more stuff and break it for the drive. Oh, magically we're there. Okay, that's good. Let's go ahead and drop her. Good. And we will go ahead and see if we can get this load. Whatever this load is. Seems to be kind of random. Yep, this is the same one that showed up. Okay, so we are, if I go into the, well, so we got Cerritos to Pinos. 35,795 pounds with this Liebherr Radlader. And yeah, should be pretty good. I wanted to make sure I had some weight on it. I was hoping for a 46,000, and not very hopeful. Just a little heads up, by the way, if you guys are, I haven't seen this happen anywhere but in the Rerforma map. If you see these empty trailers, there's a very good chance that it's going to load it. It's going to say that it's whatever the weight is, but you're not going to be able to see anything. Always pick something that has the actual cargo on it. Just a little heads up for this trailer and specifically when in Rerforma. All right, so let's go ahead and get this job. Let's go ahead and put it in. Looks like we've already got some engine damage. That's wonderful. Or we were picking up over there earlier. They've got it. They've got us going to a different spot, I guess. Where's the pickup? Oh, it's right there. Okay, we just gotta go right around the corner. Okay. No problem. Probably just keep it right here in the deep reduction gears. Why are our... Something's wrong with my buttons. They're all confused. They're all screwed up, all wonky. I have been messing with my buttons quite a bit, and I do have a couple more that I've got coming because I thought I would like the button layout and the function, and there's some things that just aren't working very well for me, so I'm going to have to make a change. Specifically regarding these rotary encoders. A lot of people said, oh, you can't use a rotary encoder on a arcade USB encoder. I said, watch me, and then I did, and then they said, how's that working for you? And I said, great, I'm looking at getting some buttons now. Because it's just not the most ideal. It really isn't the most ideal kind of setup. There's stuff that's a little finicky about these rotary encoders, specifically with the USB encoders, because you're not doing anything to actually code them like you would with an Arduino or a Raspberry Pi or anything like that. So I'll be looking at a little bit different setup, and yeah, I'll kind of catch you up to date when I get those buttons in. Should be in the next few days. Go ahead and shut it off. So we'll get out of the truck, make sure we're all good to go, everything's secure there. Lots of good detail on this felling trailer, by the way. I'll just kind of point out what's going on. I'm sure you guys have seen this trailer being used. I've had it for about 2 weeks, since its release, and just haven't really had a really good usage for it. One cool feature is right before we load our cargo, it is a good idea to go ahead and lower the ramps And that is done actually by detaching the trailer, as you can see by the white lines around the trailer now. But it looks kind of cool for RP. So I'll be back when we've got this thing loaded up on the ramp. Alright, we got everything loaded up on the trailer. Looks like it's secured pretty good. We'll go ahead and get those ramps pulled up, and we will be taking off. Yep, we're looking good now. Looking real good. It's kind of cool that they do that. Obviously, you got to do a little bit of moving magic to make sure that those things are going down and coming up in the right spots. But we have our load now. Let's go ahead and jump in the truck, and let's make our way down to Pinos. Now, this is a little bit longer drive, supposedly. I know that I have this loaded up just like any other, just in a regular profile. So I know there's not a difference in compression, or at least it's not advertised. But even though it says that this is 11 hours, 36 minutes game time, I feel like it's going to go by a little bit quicker. That's what most of these have been doing. But you guys let me know if you guys have any different experiences. All right, 35,000 pounds on top of the load that we have in the dumpster. God, I'm really blowing it today. Of course, that load isn't actually adding weight to it. It would be really nice if someone had a dump truck, if they could actually simulate the weight on it. That would be awesome. Because you don't just have 35,000 pounds, and this is going to drive just like if you had that on the felling, and not simulating that you had any gravel in the back, unfortunately. Which is probably fine, because usually what happens is you get a lot of weight in these dump trucks, and you get a trailer too, and then what happens is the front end always pops up. We'll get a stage of Jake on here. I'm testing this right now. I'm trying to see what it would be like to have my Jake brake increase and decrease just be buttons, because I'm having a hard time with the rotary encoders. It's actually skipping over, and you have to turn it like a quarter of a turn to get it to engage. Otherwise, it's like it goes full right, and it feels like it's going full left, and it just kind of gets stuck, and nothing happens. That's what I'm using different rotary encoders for my to change the channel and the volume for my radio, and the same thing is happening. Take a look at this truck and trailer with the load. Looks pretty good. Oh, still got that Jake on. Yeah, I mean, I think maybe buttons are going to be the way to do it. The other thing that I'm going to try, and I'm trying it mainly for the radio volume, is instead of choosing a rotary encoder, I'm going to try a rotary potentiometer and see if that makes any difference. If that doesn't make any difference, then I'm going to just take all of my rotary encoders off and switch them all to buttons. Really cool idea, tactile feel, very realistic, but they don't work when you're trying to get the right feel and stuff. Like, it's the whole reason why it turns right off. Good. Yeah, there's a whole reason why we have all these add-ons, and we buy button boxes, and we build dashboards. We want that tactile feel. We want that like experience, like we're in a truck, and that's great and everything. But if it doesn't work, if it's not going to function like you want it to, then I'm not going to keep something around just because it looks cool or it feels like I'm not even going to be able to use it. Like right now, the rotary encoder that I have for the windshield wiper selections, that's not working at all. So I have to end up using my keyboard. Who cares what it looks like? Who cares the way it feels if I'm not going to be able to use it? So I may have to be switching to buttons, and whoever told me that you can't have rotary encoders with these arcade USB encoders, well, you can if you just want to have it be a huge hassle. So they were probably a little bit ahead of me. it would have been nice to get that kind of explanation. Like, it sounded to me like they were saying you can't make it work, and you can with the wiring and everything. It just doesn't function properly under these conditions, and it's better left to whoever has like an Arduino or a Raspberry Pi, and you can do a little bit of coding. And there's also something with rotary encoders called, what is it called, bounce back or something? And that's exactly what I'm experiencing. I'm turning it one click, and when you turn it that one click, and it registers up and down all at the same time, which negates it and nothing happens. And then you turn, if you spin it too fast, then it registers nothing as well. So it's just not the right application. So yeah, dump truck add-on for the W900 and the felling flatbed trailer by Sergei Selonik. I'll have a link down below. You can find him on Facebook. You just contact him, send him a direct message. He responds. He's a good guy. I've purchased a lot of things from him. He's reliable, it's safe. You can trust the guy. And I'm not the only one, the only YouTuber out here that's going to be vouching for him. He's a good guy. By the way, those axles, the second and third axle, are lift axles. I have it simulated down because I'm supposed to have weight in them. I mean, the thing is full with gravel. That's not when you would pull those axles up, and it hasn't really gotten in the way. Wish I was sitting a little bit higher up in the cab. Pretty good timing. So there is a little bit of a hill. I've made this drive before earlier this week, and it could get a little slow. Usually what I like to do is hit the four ways just before we start climbing this hill. Let people know we are not going to be there anytime soon, that's for sure. I know it says this HMS originally from Sandpoint, Idaho. A little bit far away from Sandpoint today. They actually had a drive up to Idaho from the place that I just picked up at, and I think it was a solid 48 hours. And that's not something I'm going to put you guys through. So we're pretty much, we're in a good spot in terms of the tack. We're not overdoing it. We're pretty much just keeping it about 1600, 1650 RPMs. And this is just what we're doing. Again, we have 600 horsepower on this. One thing they do model, I believe, even though they don't model the cargo that's in the dump on the truck chassis, what they do take into consideration is how heavy the thing is empty. And it puts a considerable amount of weight on this truck, on the body, when you have a dump truck on the chassis. So that is figured into it. It would be even better if they simulated the actual load in there. But yeah, it is what it is. I haven't seen any dump truck out there that actually does that. Maybe it would make it so we can't haul these things. I mean, that'd probably add at least another 60,000 pounds. I'm thinking 50, 60,000 pounds. I mean, it's not a small little dump trailer, and the thing is packed, as you can see, to the brim. But obviously, one of the go-tos when you're talking about using one of these felling trailers is to put it on the back of a dump truck because, well, I mean, what else are you going to hook that thing up to? The only other thing that you can hook it up to, let's go ahead and get a stage. You can hook it up to like an F-150 or something like that. In fact, I think Mason's Mods, they have a free, is either an F-150 or an F-350, like the 1986 version. I hooked it up to that, and it's pretty cool, because even though that truck does come with a gooseneck, you can actually decide within that mod when you're setting it up. Let's get another stage. You can set it up to say which of those hitches you're going to be using. So put it in the bed if you're going to choose the gooseneck, and put it on the actual back of the bumper if you're going to be hauling something like this. So it'll hook up just like that, just like it would to a truck. Pretty cool. Are they trying to slow us down? I'm getting the feeling they're trying to slow us down. Got something coming up here. It looks like we're headed off to the right anyway. Probably have the road blocked beyond here. Alright, we'll get that off. Hey, I'm liking the buttons. I really am. Oh, they got us going this way. Okay. Going a little fast, I know. That's okay. Not like this thing is a speed demon. We could use a little bit more momentum coming up over this hill. And usually we've got the downhill, so let's see what's going on. I haven't actually driven this way. Get that blinker off. Sorry, guys. And they slowing down. What's going on? Let me get a notch because I can. Ever since I installed this, I haven't been able to get those the different notches of the Jake correct. So I'm kind of excited that something's working. Yeah, these guys are just kind of going slow. Let's see what we got out the window. Oh, we do have a car coming. We might have to let him go. Might have to let him go. Oh, he got over anyway. Oh, but then I'm going to block these guys. Yeah, these trucks aren't going anywhere in front of us anyway. Alright, 60 kilometers. What is that, about 32, 35, something like that? It's not showing on the GPS. And I've noticed that, particularly on this drive, in other parts of the Rerforma map, it's got speed limits everywhere, but I'm not seeing it as much. It's like not taking into account. And I see the signs, so there must be some sort of speed limit, but it's not being carried over. And usually, I don't know, is it because it's translating it to miles per hour for this truck, or what's going on? Man, we are moving slow here. Cool little trailer, though. And hats off to Sergei Selonik for throwing in this dump mod for the W900. So cool. Now we got to hop back in the truck and figure out which way we're going to go. We actually need to be over here. Man, these guys are driving slow. That's going to make... See, we're already down to 5.5 hours. There's no way it should already be down. It started us at 11 hours from the pickup. So it's like there's a different compression. And to my knowledge, I haven't seen what that compression is. But it seems like higher than the regular ATS compression. It seems like, is it 30 to 1 or something like that? That's the way it feels. These 5 hours are going to peel off real fast. And when I say real fast, I mean about 20 miles an hour, because that's about how fast this guy is going. Haven't been in the W900, the SCS version, in quite a while. There's so many good third-party mods, free and paid. I haven't been back in these trucks. I find the only time that I'm doing it is if there's some sort of add-on pack, which there is in this case. Like this dump add-on, or sometimes when they have, come on guy, or sometimes when I know Goggles likes to do a lot of skins, and when he does some of the skins for the default SCS trucks, Peterbilt 389, what is it, the Western Star 4900, then I'll pay attention. I'll take it for a drive, show off the skin, because I know he puts a lot of work into it. And it actually takes all these add-ons and stuff. They take these default trucks, and they just bring them back to life, like it's something you haven't seen before. It's gonna peek out. Oh, that's a bad idea. This guy is killing me. Alright, which lane you taking, buddy? Because I'm taking the other one. Sorry about it. You are going 20 miles an hour. Not having it. There we go. Let those 600 horses race. Good sounding engine. I like a lot of what David Steele is doing. I do have one thing I wanted to comment though. Been riding the Jake a little bit in this one, and I feel like, I don't know, it's kind of sound, I don't know, the Jake is a little off, the sound of it. The effectiveness is great. Nothing worse than having a good sounding Jake and knowing that it's doing absolutely nothing. That is not the case. It's what, am I going left? Am I going left? What am I doing? What am I doing? I think I'm going right. Because they both curved to the left. Okay, I think I was right. Anyway. Yeah. Jake sounds a little bit weird in this one. Doesn't in all of his engines, but most sound pretty good. This one sounds a little off. But I do like Steel production stuff. Got a wide variety of stuff, especially just also a lot of engines that you don't see all the time. Only a few developers have have used them. Like a, I think he's the one. Does he have? It's a 3306 that he has. Not too many people. Maybe only Slav Jerry have an L10, and Slav Jerry's doesn't even have a Jake. Yeah, see, we're already down to 2.5 hours. Maybe we should get out and see what the surroundings are. Oh, fog up here too. Well, I guess that happens. Come on, go into gear. Get the four-ways on as we slow down below 30 miles an hour here. As I see the speed limit on the GPS just disappeared. It said 37. And I talked to David about this, and he did mention that with this Cummins KT engine, she's definitely thirsty, and you got to give her a lot of fuel. So when you see me bringing it up to 2,000, 2,100 RPMs, that's what she likes. And even bringing it up like that, I'm still dropping down to 1,400, 1,300. Jeez. Yeah, only an hour and a half. Yeah, there's a different compression on this. I'm sorry. I installed it on one of my existing ones. It's not like the Rerforma Esterlon, where that's a 1-to-1 map, and you install that in a different profile. Having that problem again. You install it into a different profile because it's a different compression. I'll go ahead and get these off because it's bothering me. This is just in a regular profile, just in one of my other profiles, but it moves so much faster. Yeah, time is just flying. It feels like it's going down like a minute per second. We'll do the math on that, figure out the compression. If anyone will do that, throw that down in the comments. I don't know how fast we're gonna come off of here. Going to the third stage. That third stage sounds good. That second one though, I'm not sure what that is. That sounds a little weird. Sorry, David, not ragging on you or anything. I'm really not. I appreciate your work. It just sounds a little funky on that one. Maybe just that one stage. Yeah, we're already 20 minutes. There's a different compression on this for sure. All right, where are we pulling into? We're pulling into an ADM. Hey, let's get the Jake going again. Go full on it. You can hear that whole rich sound of that engine on the outside. It's cool. 100 yards, like right here? Oh yeah, like right here. Jake. Jake. Nope, no Jake. Oh, we weren't even gear, that's why. Jake's more effective when it's in gear.
Wise guy.
Hey, look at that. And driving out of control, we ended up lining it up pretty good. Get the 4-ways on. Oh, there's the Jake.
So you finally figured it out.
I do like the button adjustments. It's going to be the best thing. If we could have some sort of rotary knob or something that would control that, I would love that. And like I said, I'm going to try it one more time, this time with the potentiometer. And I'm hoping the potentiometer works, especially for the volume on the radio. If it doesn't work with the Jake stages, then I'll just go with the buttons because I know that they work and I know it's quick and easy. Probably didn't need to back it up and be this precise with it, but there we go. There we are. Get the brake on there, and just to show you guys those second and third axles right there, if we go ahead and hit the button, they should be raising up. There they go. So that's pretty cool. There are definitely certain situations where having those up and having those down, whether you're going downhill or uphill, can help you get more traction on that front axle, especially if it's light. So if you're ever in a situation where you feel like that front is raising up and you're not getting the proper steering, and you have axles that lift up, go ahead and lift them up so more weight falls onto the front is the thinking there. At least not from any expert or pro, because I'm not. It just makes more sense that the weight's got to go somewhere if it's not over those axles. Anyway, thanks for taking this trip with me here in Mexico from Cerritos to Pinos, and hope you enjoyed seeing this add-on dump truck as well as this felling trailer by Sergei Selonik. Thank you for what you're doing. This is looking good, Sergei. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you can see all my videos, and I will see you guys on the next one. Take care.